When he talked about Uganda and then Rwanda, sometimes people confuse. And in fact, because I have also lived and grown up in both countries, it's not clear which one I belong to. Sometimes they think, some think I'm the president of Uganda, others think I'm the president of Rwanda. So.
Recently, there have been a lot of rumors circulated by people who are ignorant politically that the refugees of Rwanda in Uganda would use Uganda as a base to come and attack Rwanda.
abantu b'ibicucu kuri politiki bagiye bavuga ko impunzi z'abanyarwanda ziri mu Uganda zaba zitegura gutera u Rwanda.
This is not possible, and it will not happen, and I like to assure all the people here that it will not happen at all.
I would like to salute the Arab youth comrades for the sacrifice you made to liberate Rwanda, stop the sectarianism of Rwanda, and also bring Rwanda back to the region. I thank you very much.
We feel that you should be really a very senior honorary member of our peer. Your Excellency Yoweri Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, our host. Mr. President, I'm greatly honored, and on behalf of many and my country, I wish to appreciate being the recipient of these highly distinguished medals. Accept, Mr. President, the national resistance movement and the people of Uganda our humble and deepest gratitude for this recognition of our modest contribution to freedom in Uganda. We were availed the opportunity to participate in the liberation of Uganda, and what we gave can never equal what we gained from this country. These awards are testimony to the enduring links forged by a shared history and common struggle.
And has been fighting the M23 on the instructions of Tshisekedi, because these are people who are not supposed to be in Congo, that these are from Rwanda, or the M23 are not Rwandans, please. These are Congolese, and one time he accepts it, then another time he says no, part of it is yes, and then the other part is from Rwanda, and these are It keeps on, and how do we, leaders of our own countries, accept this to go on forever and just accept that we shall be manipulated by Tshisekedi or whoever is supporting him? And South Africa dares even issue threats about what is likely to happen after that, and so on and so forth. When he talked about Uganda and then Rwanda, sometimes people confuse. And in fact, because I have also lived and grown up in both countries, It's not clear which one I belong to. Sometimes they think, some think I'm the president of Uganda, others think I'm the president of Rwanda. So, thank you. Happy to be here.
France's leading anti-terrorism judge wants you and some of your key aides to face trial on the accusation that you ordered the shooting down of the plane which was being used by the serving Rwandan president on the 6th of April, 1994. Are you ready to let justice take its course?
I think there can't be justice in that particular case for various reasons. First of all, there is no basis whatsoever on which the people in Rwanda, leaders of Rwanda, people who fought to stop genocide, people who fought against the genocidal government and the forces, to be tried, and moreover be tried by anybody from France, when France is seriously implicated in the genocide of Rwanda. And we are very sure that this judge is not acting in any way with any sound legal basis. Well, this judge is more political than anything else.
I suspected you would counter with charges against France, and we will talk about those. But I just want to remind you of something you said in a BBC interview in February of 2004, when you said, quote, "If anybody wants to investigate me or try me, I have no problem with that." So what's changed?
Yes, if anybody acting on a legal sound basis is what I was talking about. You don't just have anybody coming up with wild allegations and accusing me and accusing I'm the president of Rwanda, I'm Rwandese, I had a right, I had the basis for getting involved in the armed struggle to liberate my country from Habyarimana, from the government he was leading. I've been a refugee outside Rwanda for 30 years.
But
That's
you
why I
didn't
was
have a
fighting.
right to shoot down his plane and to assassinate him.
Well, I had a right to fight for my rights.
But do you believe you had a right to assassinate him?
No. But of course, Habyarimana, having been on the other side that I was fighting, it was possible that he could easily die. Imagine if I had died myself in the same process. Would the same judge be asking about my death, about who killed me?
But
so I'm saying this is a situation where there was a war that was being fought. But this has nothing to do now with who actually killed Habyarimana yet. I'm not even coming to that. I'm only saying, is it even surprising that somebody involved in a war can die? But does that also mean that you simply bring up wild allegations against people without
sorry to
basis?
interrupt, but you were involved in a peace negotiation with him at the time. Yes. The RPF was talking to him.
Yes, and the genocide happened well after that as well. We had a genocide.
You call them wild allegations, but yes. Of course you know that they're not wild allegations. You know that Judge Jean-Louis Bruguière has been working on this case for many, many years. You also know he's one of the most respected judges in all of France. That he has a track record of tracking down terrorists, bringing them to justice. He's been working on your case, and he has, and I have it here, about 70 pages of documentary evidence pointing to your guilt.
No, it's 70 pages of trash, of nothing, and I show that. Look at the people he's talking about, he talked to, that he got testimonies from. Almost all of them are people who are indicted by International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda. People who, in fact, are wanted by the tribunal, but they can't have access to them, or they can't get hold of them. Yet the judge has access to them because they enjoy protection in France.
Judge Bruguière comes up with this conclusion: the final order to attack the presidential plane was given by Paul Kagame himself during a meeting held in Mulindi on March the 31st, 1994.
But that represents absolutely nothing. First of all, the judge wants to bring out this incident as having been responsible for the genocide. But the judge, the French, the people of UN, everybody knows that there were months of preparations for the genocide. They bought arms, they trained people, they got arms from France, money paid by French government to the government of Habyarimana to prepare for the genocide. This has nothing to do with aircraft, even if we are talking about the assassination of Habyarimana, of bringing down the aircraft, it has nothing to do with that. It's a nonsense, absolutely
Why
nonsense.
not bow to the wish of Judge Bruguiere
I can't
and
bow to
have
the
your
judge.
case tested
I can't-
at the
I
International
can't
Tribunal on Rwanda?
I can't bow to the wishes of Judge Bruguiere, a French acting politically with France having had a genocide in Rwanda. Never.
As you
Doesn't
know,
make sense.
Judge Bruguiere
Just
denies
because he comes from
absolutely
France?
any political involvement. He is an investigating
he's-
judge who specializes in anti-terrorism.
Why doesn't he
is
investigate-
not controlled by the French government.
Why doesn't he investigate about the genocide and the involvement of French officers, armed officers, and the government officials in the genocide of Rwanda, if he's credible?
I want to pick up that point very soon, but before we finish on your position,
Yes.
as a result of
My
these
position is
allegations,
very simple. I will
why
state
do
it.
you not,
Yes.
because you're so confident of your innocence,
I am very confident.
why do you not bow to
For
his
various
demand
reasons.
to have the case tested in an international court of
I'm
law?
confident for various reasons.
Now, I understand you're
One is
confident,
that
but my
there is
question
no,
is simple.
is-
Why not accede to his wish
well,
to have the
there are
case
even,
tested?
there are even issues of principles here. The French judge has no right to judge me in my own situation in Rwanda.
He's not
in a
saying he wants
situation-
to judge you, he's saying he wants
He's
to see
judging
you
me
before
by
an
bringing
international
that
tribunal.
nonsense. Yes. First of all, why fabricate stories?
I say that Rwanda
This
cannot
is
move
contemporary.
on
This is a nonsense.
until
Yes.
the real responsibility for the assassination of the president of your country
First
in
of all-
1994 is established.
No.
To
First of all,
establish
this
it,
is-
you need
Yes,
a
the other
trial.
aspect then is that one. First of all, I'm not responsible for Habyarimana's death, and I don't care. I wasn't responsible for his security. He wasn't responsible for mine either. And he wouldn't have cared if I had died. I don't care that it happened to him. I was fighting that government. The government that made me a refugee for all those years, for which I had a right to fight back, and the judge wants to ask me why.
But my
No.
question was
There is
simply
no
this:
responsibility.
how can
There
Rwanda
it is all
move on
nonsense.
and move forward until the
It
truth
is
has been
moving on.
established?
It is moving on, irrespective of not knowing who killed Habyarimana, because it is not such a big problem as it is a problem for Rwanda to have lost 1 million people in a genocide in which France is indicted and this judge is silent about. So France, Bruguiere, have no right whatsoever to be making such a nonsense of our situation. And our people in Rwanda are making headway, they are rebuilding their lives, they are moving forward. I'm their leader, they elected me, and it is nonsense.
You talk about